In Matthew chapter 6, verses 25 to 34, Jesus talks about one of humanity's deepest and most common feelings: worry. He isn't talking to wise teachers, kings, or smart people. He's talking to everyday folks, to those with heavy hearts, to those who worry about tomorrow, about what they'll eat, wear, or get done. It's in this setting that he says, "Don't worry about your life." And here, it's not just a command, it's an invitation to trust, a call to let go of trying to control everything and rest in the Father's care. Jesus wants to show us that real peace doesn't come from having everything under control, but from knowing we are in the hands of the one who controls everything. And before we go on, I want to invite you, if this message touches your heart, please like this video, write in the comments how God has spoken to you, share it with someone who is going through worried times, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future messages that will make your faith stronger. Worry is a quiet thief. It comes in without being asked, takes up space in your mind, steals your sleep, and drains your strength. But Jesus, with simple and clear words, takes away this enemy's power. He says, "Look at the birds of the air. They do not plant or gather crops into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them." Jesus didn't pick birds by chance. They are small, delicate, and depend on others. They don't plant, they don't plan, they don't have big goals, but they live free because they trust in God's daily care. Every morning, food is there. Every nest is safe. Jesus wants us to look at them and learn something. If the Father takes care of something so simple, how much more will He take care of us, who are made in His image? Worry starts when we forget who our Father is and how much He truly loves us. But Jesus goes even further. He talks about the lilies of the field. Look at how the lilies of the field grow. They don't work hard or make clothes. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all his greatness was dressed like one of them. Lilies are delicate. They bloom and soon fade, but while they live, they are beautiful. Jesus is saying that God's care is so detailed that even the color, smell, and shine of a flower come from His creative love. So, if He takes such perfect care of something that lasts such a short time, what about us, who are eternal to Him? When we trust God, we find that divine care isn't just useful, it's beautiful, generous, and full of details. The problem is that we live in a world that teaches us the opposite. Modern culture screams, "If you don't run, you'll be left behind. If you don't plan, you'll lose. If you don't conquer, you'll fail." But Jesus, on the other hand, whispers, "Seek first God's kingdom and His goodness, and all these things will be given to you." The focus completely changes. The Christian life isn't about chasing after blessings, but about seeking the one who blesses. When the kingdom is the most important thing, everything else falls into place. Work, money, dreams, relationships, everything finds balance. Worry feeds on wrong priorities. Peace comes when we put God at the center. It's important to understand that Jesus isn't saying it's wrong to plan or care about the future. He is freeing us from the idea that we can control tomorrow. Worry tries to guess what will happen, but only God knows the future. That's why He ends by saying, "Each day has enough trouble of its own." In other words, live today, trust in tomorrow, give up what you can't change. This isn't being lazy, it's having faith. It's choosing to rest in God's faithfulness even when the path is unclear. There's spiritual power in living in the present. Worry pushes us to the future and ties us to the past, but God only acts in the now. He shows Himself today. When we learn to live one day at a time, we experience something the world can't understand: peace in the middle of chaos. That's why some people can have everything and live in sadness, while others with little live smiling. The difference is in trust. Someone who trusts God sleeps peacefully even when the sea is rough, because they know the captain is on the boat. Jesus didn't just talk about worry, he faced it. In Gethsemane, he sweated blood and felt the weight of fear, loneliness, and the pain that was coming. But even then, he said, "Father, not my will, but yours be done." This is the answer to worry: giving up control. Saying "your will be done" means knowing that the Father knows what he's doing. It's admitting that God's plan is better than ours, even when we don't understand it. Many people pray for peace, but they never let go of their burdens. They want God to fix things, but they keep trying to be in charge. True peace comes when we let go and let God lead us. He knows the way, the shortcuts, and the dangers we can't see. When we rest in Him, fear loses its power, and our soul can breathe again. Jesus' invitation in Matthew 6 is simple, but deep: trust. Look at the birds. Watch the lilies. Seek the kingdom first. Live today. These are practical steps that change your mind and heart. When we do them, we realize that life with God is light. The weight of worry disappears, and the heart learns to be thankful instead of afraid. And there's an even deeper secret here. Worry is a kind of not believing. When Jesus asks, "Why do you worry, you people of little faith?" He's not shaming us. He's inviting us to have greater faith. Faith means believing that God is working even when you don't see any sign. It's knowing that He is already getting tomorrow ready while we live today. A grown-up Christian is not someone who never feels scared, but someone who trusts even when they are scared. Someone who, in the middle of not knowing what will happen, declares, "The Lord will provide." That was the faith of Abraham, of David, of Daniel. And it should be ours too, because God is still the same. The one who fed Elijah in the desert, who gave Israel manna, who clothed Jesus in glory, He is the same one who takes care of you. When we understand this, worry becomes useless. Jesus asks, "Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life?" The answer is, no one. Worry doesn't change the future. It only ruins the present. Faith, on the other hand, changes everything. It turns chaos into calm, despair into rest. The message of Matthew 6:25-34 is a reminder that God never fails. He cares. He provides. He supports. He feeds the birds, dresses the lilies, and never forgets His children. And maybe this is the word you need to hear today. God hasn't forgotten you. He knows your bills, your struggles, your pain. He knows your heart. It might seem like everything is out of control, but for God, nothing is. Trust the Father. Give Him tomorrow. Live today. Seek the kingdom. And you will see that the peace of Christ will guard your heart and your mind. If this message spoke to you, like it right now. Write in the comments what God taught you with this word. Share it with someone who needs peace and faith, and subscribe to the channel to keep growing in the Lord's presence. May the God of provision teach you to rest in His care every day.